Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. We're here each and every day at 8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure. And what a joy it is to share this journey with you, to be with you on this magnificent journey. And so what we do today is we look at this idea of letting go. We look at this idea of what does it mean to release. I think that's real important to understand. What do we release? We release patterns of thinking that are holding us back. Because right now, the thoughts that we're thinking keep us locked in to the experience we're currently having. And we will continue to repeat and have that experience as long as we keep thinking the same thoughts. So the key thing is we've got to release our old way of thinking, our old way of interpreting things, and we've got to find a way to see it in a broader perspective, a bigger perspective, a more expansive perspective. And in that, we open ourselves up to a greater and greater and greater and greater experience of life. It sounds pretty simple. It's just not easy, is it? How do you let go of what you're feeling? How do you let go of these thoughts that you've had over and over? How do you let go of thoughts that you've had about someone that they constantly, every moment, are reinforcing your views of them because they're living the same pattern over and over and over again. And so you see them the same way over and over again. And as long as you keep seeing them in that way, you're going to have the same experience. Now, the question is, do you want to have that experience? I think the key for us to understand is everyone is doing, this is going to sound really not very cool for some of you. Everyone is doing the best they can with what they've got in this moment. Everyone is doing the best they can with what they got in this moment. And the idea is for us to recognize it and to realize we don't know why. To try to figure out why, it's just a waste of time. Why? Because they probably don't know why. So don't go around spending your time, investing your time, your most valuable resource, in trying to figure out why someone else is doing something. It's better to spend your time asking the question, how can I be more present? How can I be a greater expression of life? How can I see life in its magnificence? How can I let go of what limits me to be able to see a grander life? Love doesn't judge, can't help them, must help themselves and realize that they aren't willing or ready to change. That's what Lori's saying out there. Lori's been a participant of Agape for many years, so she's got a lot of these things down. It's good to see when a student grasps things, isn't it? And who's a student? We all are. What are we a student of? Life. That's what we're studying, life. Do you understand that the religious word worship has been grossly misunderstood? Worship means the study of the infinite, which is the study of the divine, because the divine is infinite. It takes on a whole new meaning when you put it from a different perspective. Think about that. The study of life, the study of it. I'm into that. I'm not into bowing down before something that's made up. I'm just not into that. I just don't do that. Because the more aware we become that we're part of something greater than this ego of ours can begin to understand. We're actually part of the infinite. We're a point of consciousness within the infinite consciousness. We've always been that. The illusion is that we're separate. That's what we've got to let go. We started off with the idea of we got to let go of these thoughts that limit us. Well, the biggest limiting thought is that we're separate, that we're individual. No, we're a part of it. We're unique, but we're still a part of the infinite. It's like a drop of ocean is still a part of the ocean, even though it's a unique drop. But in that unique drop, all the qualities of the ocean are fully present. All the qualities, like us, all the qualities of the infinite are fully present within us right now. Can you dig that? If you knew that the qualities of the infinite were in you right now and that you had no limitation, that the power to create is yours to use, what would you do differently today? That's a great question. What would you do differently? And then, okay, are you going to do it? Or are you going to hem and haw and go back to the old patterns? It's a good question. I love good questions. Questions are the key to expansion. But if we don't ask questions and then we don't act upon the answers, we'll never be able to prove to ourselves one way or the other if the new way is right. And the whole idea about life is experience, isn't it? It's about experiencing it. So you've got to do new things to have new experience. A light worker says, Lee, can you expand on how and why we should dream big? Dream big, because that's why we're here. We're not here to play small. Who taught you you had to play small? I'll tell you what, my mother told me, who the hell do you think you are that you can be a spiritual teacher in the world? That's what my mother told me. She wanted me to think small. And then when I got ordained and she came to my ordination and she heard me speak in front of 150 people, she said afterwards, she said, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that you have a gift. See, you can't go worry about pleasing other people, even your mom or your dad, your spouse or your children, because they may be thinking small. You're not meant to be small. You're a part of the infinite. You're a unique part of the infinite, which means you can have an infinite, unique experience. And the key to dream big is to imagine. Be around people that love to imagine. Be around people that ask you tough questions and make you think. People that are taking classes with me right now say, these classes are difficult. You know why? Because all I do is ask questions. I ask questions because it causes us to expand our thinking. Unity of consciousness in, I think it's England, says, agape to everyone. Do you all know what agape means? Unconditional love. And where does unconditional love start? With you. Do you unconditionally love and accept yourself? Because until you do, you can't do it with anyone else. So it's not narcissistic, gang. It's a fact. You've got to accept yourself as you are, and then you can accept others. And if you're judging yourself, guess what? You're judging others. And when you're judging, you're not in love, and there is no such thing as conditional love. It does not exist. It's an illusion. It's a lie. There's only love, and then there's judging. I hate to bring that to you, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm really focusing on meditation in my own life and teaching. And if you don't have a meditation practice, I want to highly make a recommendation that you start one. And if you don't know where to start, join me at 7 a.m. on Zoom. And you can find that at agapespiritualcenter.com. Go to the calendar, click on the day, and you'll find a meditation. And you'll see a link there. Click on it. We had 20 people today. 20 people today. And we do it at 7 a.m. Central Time. It doesn't matter where in the world you join us from, but you got to do it when it's 7 a.m. Central Time. Otherwise, no one will be there. I know. I just make sure that you understood that. Unity of consciousness says, if you love, forgive, and accept yourself, then you'll love, forgive, and accept others. That's true. So let me ask this question. What does it really mean to forgive? What does it really mean to forgive? Let me tell you what I think. And this is my opinion, my humble opinion. Forgiveness means to be able to see the balance in a situation. To know in that situation you are equally challenged and supported. We get all razzled and PO'd at people because we think life is one-sided. The illusion and opioid of the masses is that we can be happy all the time. Cannot. Impossible. There's always two sides. Without two sides, you can't experience. Lightworker says, thank you. Unity of consciousness comes back and says, until we have met the monsters in ourselves, we will keep trying to slay them in the outer world. It never happens in the outer world. Everything is within you. It's your focus. That's why we started this, letting go of thoughts, of habits of thinking that are locking you into your current experience and opening the door to new ideas, new ways of thinking, so you can have a more expansive life. Gang, that's the message for today. Now you get to choose what to do with it. You get to choose, can I integrate this? How do I integrate it? It's your choice. But I'll tell you what, no matter what you do today, I love and I accept you as you are. So go be you, because that's all there is to do. Love you. Bye-bye.